The wilderness is one of old school RuneScape's most dangerous places, especially for those who fear death. In addition to numerous bosses and monsters, players, some of whom are harder to survive against than any boss, can attack you here. With this in mind, the wilderness is the last place anybody wants to go on a hardcore Iron Man. However, I've already spent hundreds of hours out here grinding my Voidwaker and then the Mage Arena 2 cape, so I am no stranger to the threats this area holds. In my quest to become one of old school RuneScape's greatest hardcores, I decided to put myself against one of the game's greatest challenges, the Wilderness Diaries. Like many great wilderness adventures, I start here, in Edgeville Bank. Possibly the scariest test is to kill Scorpia. This boss is not too hard itself, but its location is a serious problem. Scorpia is in multi-combat deep wilderness, meaning I can't teleport or log out. So that means if a clan was to find me killing this boss, I would be dead. Now, as you can see, I get that red circle on the first attack. This means that somebody had already damaged this Scorpia. So I just leave, because it wouldn't count. I'm an Iron Man. I have to kill it myself. So I hopped servers, and I just tried another Scorpia. And this time we got lucky. You can see here I attacked, and nobody had attacked this one. So this kill should count. And man, this is my first time looking at this footage. I just noticed here my run energy is 7, and I don't have a stamina pot. So if I did somehow have a chance of surviving PKers with no run energy, yeah, this is just bad. Okay, Scorpia complete. We need to get the fuck out of here. Okay, thank God. Thank fucking God, dude. You know, if a few people showed up, it's just over. I was in multi, I was in combat, so they want you, it's over. With Scorpia dead, my next challenge was to teleport to Deep Wilderness and take on the Chaos Fanatic. Another easy boss in an unfortunate location. At least this one is in single combat though, so I'd only have to tank at most one PKer. I took him down without too much struggle and teleported out to safety. Okay, so I actually haven't completed any achievement diaries yet. The first achievement is a 3-parter including killing Scorpia, the Chaos Fanatic, and the Crazy Archaeologist. Since I had killed the Archaeologist around 50 times during my HCIM TOA Rush series, I was already familiar with how to lure and safely kill this guy. So I got my kill and finished the first, possibly most dangerous wilderness achievement. With this daunting task complete, I moved on to some simpler achievements where I could easily log out or teleport, meaning I wasn't in much danger as long as I reacted quickly to any PKers. These included recharging some prayer points at the demonic ruins, casting low-level alchemy at the Fountain of Rune, praying at the Chaos Altar, using the mage north of Edgeville to tally to the Abyss, equipping any team cape in the wilderness, killing a mammoth, and killing an earth warrior in the Edgeville dungeon. Now I'd completed all of the easy tasks and decided to move on to a more stressful achievement, killing the Chaos Elemental. I used a flinching method where I avoid getting into combat, meaning that I could log out if any PKers logged in. The Chaos Elemental is in multi-combat deep wilderness, so I consider it to be very dangerous. And unfortunately, this first kill didn't count, probably because I lured the Elemental into place using my ult. So I lured it again using my HCIM and killed it again. Next up was the Wilderness Resource Area. This is in Deep Wilderness, but it's easy to stay out of combat, so logging out is pretty easy. There's a few tasks in the area, so I made sure to do all these in one trip. First off, I smithed a golden helmet. Then we made an adamant scimitar. And finally, I mined some mithril. And after this, I just got the fuck out of here. Next up, I killed an ent, and I had to get some yew logs from chopping its body. This one was pretty easy. Next, I made my way up to the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. There are a couple of tasks here. You have to kill a spiritual mage and a spiritual warrior. These are pretty safe. It's combat, but you're under level 30, so you can just teleport out. I had to do this lap of the Wilderness Agility course, and I really did not like this one. It's super deep wilderness, really long escape. And I even logged out here at one point because I was just very dead set on avoiding getting into combat here with these skeletons, and I wanted to be able to log out if there was a PKer. It's gonna count. Yes, it counted. Okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. This is not a place I want to be. After this, I did some very safe, kind of easy achievements. I killed a green dragon, I killed an Anku, and I returned to the Wilderness God Wars dungeon because I had forgotten you have to kill a Bloodveld. Okay, this one was really easy. You just talk to the emblems trader at the Grand Exchange. He's not even in the wilderness, so free achievement. Just a quick panic tally from somebody in the Edgeville wilderness. Oh god, somebody's out here. Okay, take two. We charged an earth orb, and then we went up this ladder and charged an air orb. Next up, I needed a muddy key, so I was killing these chaos dwarfs for a while. We did eventually get it. Okay, this step was really sketchy. I tried using my alt to stay out of combat, but there were just too many enemies. Basically, I had to go into the lava maze, catch a lava eel, not too bad. But then the really scary part was going to the center of the lava maze to use that muddy key from before. Basically, just a really long walk through this little maze. Can't teleport out, can't log out if you're in combat. You get to the center, use the key, and then, you know, I managed to make it out, but yeah, this was pretty scary. Next up, I made my way to Lava Dragon Isle for a pretty simple task. You can just safe spot this one, killing a lava dragon. Oh, and I also had to bury the bones. Some fairly safe tasks. I had to catch a black salamander, I had to use this shortcut from Trollheim into the wilderness, and I had to cast one of the god spells against another player, which of course I just used my alt for this. There's actually a few more tasks I'd forgotten about in this resource area. A nice easy one is to cut some magic logs. One that took a little bit more time was to make a rune scimitar from scratch. I just killed these golems for the runite ore. We smelt it, and then I actually had to use stews. Luckily, I was able to get the boost for the level I needed. Made that rune scimitar. And lastly, I had to catch and cook a dark crab while I was out here. And cook. My last super deep wildy task was to loot one of these rogues' chests. It actually was sketchy. I got into combat here. Really don't want that, but sometimes it just can't be avoided, and as we know, I made it out anyway, so no worries. I saved one of the easiest tasks for last. I will just let the clip do the talking. And for my last number, I shall simply teleport into the wilderness. Ready to log out if I see someone. Alright, that's all of the Elite Diaries done. Let's go, we fucking did it. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, there's a player. Let's just log out. Well, there it is. All Wilderness Diaries completed on my Hardcore Iron Man. I never thought I'd get the achievement diary cape on this account because of these diaries, but since becoming more comfortable with the wilderness, I realized it wasn't so bad and decided to just risk it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you love HCIM Wilderness or bossing content, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more, because there will be more.